ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. On play action, Lance eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mucked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
That throw's not going to get him a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talk to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the 24, Lance. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. Touchdown! Raheem Mostert, a 24-yard touchdown. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Ravens nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, 20.
Is that it?
And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Ravens. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing his Lance on third down. Steps away to his left. And he lost the football. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. These two teams all tied after one. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth. And they'll go for it. Lance. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it, and you work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson. Great vision, great speed, tenacity, runs through tackles, makes people miss. It's always a long game when you're trying to corral Lamar Jackson.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Being chased out left. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. They'll run with Dobbins. Runs through the contact. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
Ravens 14, 49ers 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert.
And he's got some space here. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. They'll look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he goes out right around the 39.
On third down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Steps away. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
78 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now Jackson on first down. And one more time, that's Watkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson forced out to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Jackson on first down. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Dobbins trying the left side. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They go play action with Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
30 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
So pass interference, the call there, always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for two. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for two.
When they tried to get two, ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers.
For Brandon Ayuk, he is as electric as they come with the ball in his hands in the open field, and he turns that catch into big yardage.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Inside the 30.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 3 points separating these 2 sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Now Dobbins.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Dobbins.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Out to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talking about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Throwing, Jackson.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
And his kick is indeed good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
This one caught by Kittle, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. On the move to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson, and CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first throw here in overtime. They'll roll him out right. First down and more for Jackson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time, and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes.